This is the Wellness Club, where we dive into all things wellness, from nutrition to fitness to productivity and more. We are exploring the science to help you feel your best inside and out. I'm your host, Cass Camp, and I am so happy that you're here. Welcome to the club. Hi guys, welcome back to the podcast. I am beaming from ear to ear right now because I have a story that I am just dying to tell you. I'm just gonna jump right into it. Recently, I've been adopting this sports girl mindset. I'm just determined to make this summer my sporty girl summer. I want to play all different sports. I want to get good at sports. I feel like naturally I'm more athletic than I thought I am. And maybe that's just delusional, but I do think that I could get good at some sports. Definitely not any running sports because I'm not a good runner. I did cross country. I got last place every single time. Not for me. But like tennis, golf, pickleball, I think I could get pretty good at those sports. And this summer, that is my goal. So to start it off, I went to something called the Chip and Putt last night. I don't know if that's in other places, but basically picture a really small golf course where all you do is chip the ball and putt the ball. So it's bigger than mini golf, but it's smaller than a full golf course. And it's 18 holes where I live. It's cheap, it's fun, and it helps you practice your short game, which is basically when you're close to the hole, but not close enough to just hit it in. So you have to get it on there, whatever. I'm not going to give you a whole lesson on how golf works, but basically it's the shorter part of golf. So not the driver, but the rest of it. Anyway, I went to the course last night and I played. And before this, I haven't swung a golf club in forever because especially with my knee surgery and stuff, I wasn't allowed to play for a while, whatever. So this was my first time really trying to swing my golf clubs in a long time. I played golf in high school. I'm not the best by any means, but I can keep up with other average players, I guess. So last night I go play, and at first I started off a little rocky. I was not doing too good. But after a couple holes, I started to get my groove back. So I started having fun. I started feeling good. I started doing my thing. And once I started to play a little bit, I got through a few holes. I start going through it, and then I see 10 guys come up and they're about to start playing. And this is a smaller golf course, like I said. So you can kind of see everyone else. You're not super close, but if they're on the hole next to you, you're going to be right near each other. And this always makes me nervous, especially because golf is one of those sports that no matter what, everyone looks like they're good at golf because they're wearing their little polo and they have their little shoes. And I'm one of those people, I know I'm not that good. So I'm just assuming that everyone is better than me. So when these guys walk up, I'm already nervous. I'm feeling the pressure because I don't want to look stupid. They're literally right near the hole that I'm playing on. And they're also all in their little polos and khakis and whatever. And they look like they're really good golfers. And also, we're at the Chip and Putt, and the Chip and Putt is very casual. So you don't have to wear golf clothes because it's not formal. It's not a real course. It's more like practice. So I literally wore leggings, sneakers, I wore regular clothes. And these guys are all in their polos and they look fancy. And they literally get to the hole that's right next to mine. They're going one way, I'm going the opposite way, but both holes are next to each other. And golf is also one of those sports that it's quiet and there's etiquette. So it's just even more nerve-wracking. People watch you, there's formalities. And so I let them just go, even though I could have went at the same exact time. But I just wanted to see if they were even good for me to be nervous. And they all are hitting it right next to the hole. And I'm oh my gosh, they're all really good. Not that I should care if I'm bad or not, but it's still just nerve-wracking knowing 10 people are watching you. So then it's my time to go. They all are up right near the hole. They're right near where I'm teeing off. And I'm oh my God, I'm just feeling the pressure. I'm in my head. And if you're in your head in golf, you're not going to play good. Also, there was a tree that was right in front of me, but to the left. So the whole time I'm thinking, I better not hit this tree. And the reason that I'm thinking this is because I've hit trees before. When I was in high school one time, my coach was teaching me how to play, and I was right near a tree, and I kept telling him, I'm going to hit this tree. I'm going to hit this tree. And he's no, you're not going to hit the tree. Just hit the ball. You're set up straight. You're fine. It's going to be fine. Just get it out of the tree line. You're not going to hit the tree. And I'm dude, I'm telling you, I'm going to hit this tree. You might want to watch out. And he's no, go ahead. So I go ahead, and guess what? That ball hit directly at the tree. It bounced off the tree and hit him in the stomach. my coach. So every time I see a tree, I think about that story. And because I'm thinking about the tree, I'm always thinking, well, now I'm thinking about it, it's going to hit the tree, right? So now I'm thinking about this tree. I'm thinking about the 10 guys that are just waiting and watching. And I'm like, I cannot look stupid. I'm the only girl out here. I got to represent us. I got to do good, right? Well, girls, I'm happy to report I swing my club. I hit the ball. It makes the most perfect sound. It goes up into the air. It makes the perfect arch, and it lands literally an inch from the hole. And I just started jumping up and down. I was so happy. And literally all of those guys were just like, wow, that was so impressive. Wow, I thought that was going to go in the hole. I'm like, oh my gosh, I was so happy. And also in golf, you're not really supposed to be loud or cheer, but also I don't care. I was jumping up and down. I'm like, oh my God, this is the coolest thing ever. I run up. I'm just so happy. Literally, it was like an inch from the hole. It was the best shot I've ever made in my life. And it was the only time that those guys were near me. And I'm like, yes, finally, the pressure is paying off, right? Like, this is why they say pressure makes diamonds, because that shot was a diamond, baby. So I hit it in. And then after, I'm thinking like, I should have played that way cooler, because if I'm trying to make it look like I'm a good golfer, why did I react like that? Obviously, now they know I'm trash and that was just luck. But whatever, I think it's good to be happy when you do a good thing. So then the rest of the time, I'm just on cloud nine. I felt like I was a pro. I'm ready to go into the PGA Tour. Like, I was so happy. And it was just one of the coolest moments. And after that, I got really inspired, because now I'm thinking, I need to do even more sports. Growing up, I was not a sports girl. Like, I never played a real sport. I always did dance. I never even played a sport with a ball at all, like not even for a year. The only thing that I played with a ball was golf, and I didn't even start that till high school. So I never really got to see my potential with it. And who knows, I could be absolutely horrible. Like, I don't think that I would be good at soccer, because I'm a terrible runner. I did cross country for 1 year. I got last place literally every single time. I am so slow. But I do think I could get decent at a sport like tennis maybe, or like pickleball I played and I loved it. So I feel like tennis is the step up from that. I'm definitely going to keep playing more golf this summer. Maybe sports that require not a lot of running. Like, I could do a quick sprint, but I can't do like long soccer, field hockey type of running. But I don't know. It just got me thinking that I want to try sports that I've never tried, even if I end up being horrible at them. But also, something else about me is that I just have delusional confidence a little bit. So I feel like when I try things, I tell myself I can do it. And then I end up doing pretty okay at it, like better than I thought I would. So I don't know. I also think dance just makes you aware of your body. So maybe that's helping me out. Like, I can move my body. I don't know. But all this is to say that this summer is definitely the summer of sports. I think all the hot girls are doing sports this summer. Like, last summer, the summer before was the hot girl walks. This summer, I think, is sporty summer. Like, it just is. Give me all the sporty outfits. Give me all the sporty activities. I want to do them. I want to play them. I want to try them out. I want to get good at them. I want to see what I can do. And I'm excited about it. There's this girl I just started following on Instagram. Her name is Emily Harrigan, and she is literally the coolest person. She just popped up through Reels, and she does all these sports. I think she grew up a soccer player. I'm not really sure, but she does like gymnastics. She can do handstands. She plays soccer. She kicks field goals. Like, she does all these amazing sports, and it is so inspiring. And also, she is in literally the best shape overall, not only aesthetically, but physically. She can functionally move so well. Like, she can jump, she can run, she can kick, she's strong. Like, she has all these amazing physical qualities that I think we all strive to have. Like, I want to be someone that moves like an athlete. I don't want to just be old or like have muscles just to look good. I want to be able to move well as well. And that's when we can get into the conversation of cross training. Now, cross training sounds intense, and it sounds like it's just for high level athletes. But honestly, I think everyone can benefit from some cross training, especially if your physical goals are to be able to move really well in a lot of different ways. For example, in my fitness, of course, physique matters. Like, I don't think it's vain or bad to say that people work out because they want to look better. I think that's totally fine if you want to improve your physical look. But for me also, I want to be able to move really well. I want to be able to move like an athlete, and maybe I won't be the best in every single way. Like I'm not going to be the best marathon runner for sure, or I might not be the strongest, or I might not be able to jump the highest. But in a lot of different settings, I want to be pretty decent, if that makes sense. So I might not be the best, but I can keep up in a lot of different settings. The best way to achieve that goal is to do what's called cross training. And cross training is simply just mixing up different types of movement throughout your week. So rather than following a strict strength training routine where you're strength training 5 times a week and that's it, you're mixing in different types of workouts. You're doing a sport, you're doing yoga, you're doing dance, you're going for a run, you're doing different types of things. This type of training is beneficial for so many reasons. I could go on and on about it. The biggest reason that I personally like cross training, and especially during the summer, I find it very easy to implement cross training, is because it keeps it interesting. There are definitely benefits to following a structured strength training routine. For example, if you had an injury and you're working on muscle imbalances, or if you really are deconditioned and you need to build up strength overall, there are a lot of different reasons why, as a trainer, I would give someone a structured strength training routine. But if you're at more of an intermediate or advanced level in your fitness journey, cross training is a great way to switch it up for your body. It gives your body something new. And we know that when your body is trying something new, you get those like instant beginner results because it is brand new. For example, the first time you try a Pilates workout class, you're probably going to feel it a lot more than when you've done it for 6, 7, 8 weeks. Same for any kind of sport. If you're playing soccer for the first time in years, you're probably going to be a little bit sore because you haven't done soccer in so long. Our bodies are amazing because they adapt with everything that we give it. So if you're strength training, your body's going to build muscles so that strength training becomes easier. If you're playing soccer, your body's going to build the muscles so that soccer becomes easier. And that's a great trait to have. It's a great thing that our bodies do. But if you're trying to keep those gains coming, you have to give it something new. Cross training is so effective for this because it works your body in all different ways. It hits muscles you might not have worked before. It gets things moving in a different way. And overall, it's going to improve your fitness. I also think cross training is fun because you don't burn out as quickly. I know for me, when I'm doing a strict routine that I'm following the same workouts, overall, I get bored, I get burnt out, and I just don't want to do it anymore. But if I know that on Tuesdays, I have dance class, on Saturdays, I'm playing golf, on Fridays, I'm doing plyometrics, I get more excited about that than knowing that I'm doing the same thing every single day. Especially now in a world where a lot of us sit for work, or a lot of us just aren't moving as much unless we're intentionally moving. We're missing out on the functional fitness. So yeah, you might go to the gym for an hour every single week, but you might not be doing those functional movement patterns that we need to keep ourselves athletic and quick. If you've been feeling stuck in your workouts, you've been feeling bored, you've been feeling stale, maybe you even hit a plateau, cross training could be the best thing for you, not only mentally to get you back into having fun with your workouts, but physically you're going to get stronger and you're going to get better at a lot of different things. Especially in the summer, there is no reason that we should be on the Stairmaster, bored out of our minds, feeling horrible, hating it, when there are so many other ways to move your body and have fun and also probably see quicker, more effective results. I want to give you guys different ways that you can add in cross training into your workout routine. Every single person is different when it comes to what workouts work for them. I've always been a proponent of, if you're having fun, the workout's going to get done. So I always prioritize fun workouts over everything. But I do want to be realistic and say that strength training is important to some capacity. So even with cross training, I always recommend you still do 2 or 3 workouts in a gym or with weights, some kind of strength training routine that's going to keep your muscles engaged, keep your strength high, and also protect you from other injuries. Because if you are deconditioned and you don't have enough muscle, your risk of injury is a lot higher. With that being said, if you are doing a couple days a week of strength training, the other days are where you would add in the cross training. There are so many different ways to add in cross training. So if you don't like some of them, that's totally fine. Pick the ones that you're interested in. One way to add cross training in is through sports like tennis and pickleball. I've played pickleball before. I love it. And I think I would love tennis as well. So this is definitely a personal goal for me. These sports are really good, especially in the lateral plane. Lateral movement is so important. And we honestly don't get enough of it in our society today because we sit, we don't move as much. And so lateral movement movement is when you move side to side, and tennis and pickleball are full of lateral movement. Lateral movement is great for your hips, your knees, your core, and it's really effective if you haven't really done it before. You will definitely feel a difference. And what's cool about tennis and pickleball is they seem more chill because I think a lot of elderly people play them still. It doesn't seem like it's so intense, but tennis and pickleball have those short bursts of sprinting and then you recover quickly. So it's really like a mini HIIT workout, but you just don't feel it because you're playing it in sports form. Overall, these sports are really good for your speed, your agility, your core, and also your hand-eye coordination. I think that's something that we don't get talked about enough, but as adults, how often are we using our hand-eye coordination? But through playing sports, you get to work on it. Another way to cross train that I think it doesn't get enough love is through dance. I personally love dance, obviously, and I think it's a great way to build not only your cardiovascular health, but also your confidence. Even if you think you have two left feet, going and dancing just feels so fun. It builds how you feel about yourself. It releases your endorphins, works on your coordination, and it's just a fun way to get movement in. The best part about dance is there are so many different ways to dance that I think there's something for everyone. So for example, you could take a ballet class and you would work on your coordination, your balance, your strength. You'd work on those little muscles that might get forgotten about. Or you could take a hip hop class and work on your rhythm, work on your stamina. Or you could go line dancing and literally that's just fun and work on remembering choreography. You'll definitely get a sweat in. You could take a heels class, which would make you feel so sexy, make you feel so confident. Even if you're a beginner, find a beginner heels class. Then there's musical theater, salsa, jazz, tap. There are so many different ways to dance that I think there's something for everyone. And overall, it really does help with your endurance, your confidence, your flexibility, your rhythm. And it helps you if you're ever out at a bar somewhere. Now you know a couple moves. Another way to cross train that I haven't done before, but I really want to do is kickboxing. If you added in just one day a week of kickboxing or martial arts, you would see results, I think, so quickly. This is a type of workout that is on my bucket list that I just need to pull the trigger and go because I think it's so badass when especially women are into kickboxing. It's one of the best forms of cardio. It's going to build your strength, especially your core. It's going to improve your punching, your kicking, help you with self-defense. The footwork, the combinations is going to help with your coordination, your agility. And kickboxing is truly a functional form of exercise. You could be in the gym and you could get so muscular and get so strong and be able to lift a lot of weight. And then you go to a kickboxing class and you have no idea how to use your muscles in that way. And to me, what's the point of having muscles if you don't know how to use them in a functional, effective way? There's a kickboxing place right next to my physical therapy office that every time I'm at physical therapy, I look at those people and I'm like, I want to do this so bad. And I promise you I will one day. I'm honestly a little bit nervous because I'm scared I'm going to be so bad at it, but we all start somewhere. And even if I'm bad, who cares? Because it's going to be good for me to try it. Kickboxing is such a great workout. And it's a workout just like these other ones that it doesn't really feel like a workout. It's going to be fun. It's going to be active. Your mind is going to be engaged. So it's not going to feel as boring and stale as just your normal gym routine. Another form of cross training that you might do and you don't even realize is swimming. And what I love about swimming is very low impact on your joints, but it's still a great workout. If you're sore or you're working through an injury, swimming is a great way to add in some recovery, but still get some resistance and workout in. And bonus points if you do some dives off the diving board, do some flips, do some tricks. I did diving all 4 years of high school and it's so fun. And it really is like a subtle workout because you're getting in and out of the pool, you're jumping a lot, but it feels fun and it's exciting. Another way to cross train now that it's nice out is hiking, especially if you're a girl that goes on the Stairmaster at the gym. Skip the Stairmaster and go to a real Stairmaster, which is a hike. When you're hiking those inclines, it's just like the Stairmaster. You're going to build up your glutes, build up your legs, your endurance is going to go up, and it's also really good for your joints when you're going up and downhill. Especially with our lifestyles nowadays, we're not really getting those elevation changes, but if you intentionally go out hiking, you definitely will. Going up and downhill is fantastic for your joints, fantastic for your strength, and it's really good for your mind to get outside, look at the natural elements, and just enjoy. Another way to cross train that's different than your normal strength training routine, but is still in the gym, is by doing plyometric exercises. I love plyometric exercises, and plyometrics is just a fancy way to say jumping exercises. This is a way to work on those explosive, high impact movements that not only work your muscles, but also work on your agility and your force. And what I love about it is you can do it anywhere. You can do it at home, you could do it in the morning, you could do it at the gym, you can do it outside, you can do it literally anywhere because you don't really need a lot of equipment. Things like jump squats, broad jumps, single leg broad jumps, ice skaters, box jumps, burpees, all of these things are going to give you those short, intense bursts of movement that really work a lot of different parts of your body. There are some girls on Instagram that I see that do all kinds of plyometrics, and I think it's just so impressive to see someone jumping so high with so much force and so much energy. I strive to be like that. And plyometrics has also been a huge part of my recovery post-knee surgery. It's really functional, it's really effective, and you definitely feel a difference, and it's fun. But just like all these other exercises I've been mentioning, it's really important that you have a good foundation of strength. So if you are very deconditioned, plyometrics might not be the best form of exercise to start with. Plyometrics are a little bit more advanced, so you want to make sure you have a good foundation so you don't get injured, you don't get hurt, you're actually landing right because you could get injured quickly if you're not doing it in the right way. Another form of cross training that I've talked about a lot before is yoga. I think yoga gets a lot of bad press because it sounds easy. It sounds like you're just resting and meditating and breathing, but true yoga really does work muscles that you're not used to using, even if you're strength training every part of your body. Yoga helps you work on flexibility, helps you work on your control, your core, your mobility, and it really is a good way to actively recover if you're doing a lot of strength training and other activities throughout the week. You don't need to do it all the time to see results. When I was consistently going once a week, I saw noticeable differences all over my body in different ways that are all due to yoga. For example, my splits, my straddles, my flexibility just in my overall body, also my control, and also just those isometric holds. I took a little break from yoga, and then going back, I noticed that I was behind what I used to be at because I haven't done it in a while. I love yoga after a really long day or a really physical day because it's not like so intense like plyometrics or kickboxing, but it really does have benefits and it shows results in other ways. And then the last way to add in cross training to your workouts is really any type of sport. And I could go into every single sport and the benefits, but I think that would just be a lot. So I'm just going to list some ideas for you, but literally think volleyball, beach volleyball, basketball, soccer, softball, going to the batting cages, even spike ball at the beach, football, ultimate frisbee. Literally any sport is a fun way to add in movement throughout your week that's not only going to give you results, but it's also just going to make your week more fun. I think it's really easy to fall into the trap that you have to follow this online program that is X amount of workouts and this many sets and track it all. And of course, there are benefits to doing that as well. But if you're just trying to become more athletic, become more active, get movement, and that's fun, you don't have to do all that. You can get in movement in a ton of different ways that doesn't even require the gym. Especially during the summer, I think it's so fun to just be outside and do things that you actually enjoy doing rather than feeling like you need to follow this strict workout routine. And I promise if you're having fun with it, you'll be more consistent, you'll enjoy it more, you'll give it more of your all, and over time you'll see more results. If you're trying to implement this into your workout routine, you don't have to make a whole in-depth schedule for yourself. I would just try to get some form of movement in every single day. So whether that's going for a walk outside, going for a swim, doing yoga, rollerblading, doing a sport, going to the gym, doing plyometrics, you can kind of cater it and fix it to your own routine and your own goals, but it doesn't have to be this intense schedule. I personally have my 2 or 3 days during the week that I do my gym workouts. And then every other day, I kind of make it like a choice day. So I can just choose if I want to go for a walk, if I want to do yoga, if I just want want to stretch at home, if I want to do some core exercises, plyometrics, play a sport, I leave it up to myself to figure out. And that makes it so much more fun. It makes it so much more rewarding. You're more engaged and you do see more results because you're actually going and enjoying it. This summer is definitely the summer of sports and trying new things. Even if you're bad at them, even if you've never done them before, what do we have to lose? Like, why not just try them? And who knows, you might surprise yourself and be way better at it than you think. If you're trying to be able to move like an athlete, you got to train like an athlete. And that means doing different things, different types of training, cross training, everything like that. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. I still have a couple spots left for the wellness retreat. So if you're interested, check out the description, DM me on Instagram if you have any questions. I would love to talk to you about it. I hope you guys have a great week. Try out a new workout. Let me know how it goes. And I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.